deck. Bloodbraid Elf is basically a gun, costs 4. It's going to smack somebody for 3 points because it has haste, and it has Cascade. So, it's coming out, it's pulling stuff out of your deck, and you're going to have some fun with that. Peregrine Drake is a reprint. Costs 5. It's a 2/3 flyer, and you get to untap 5 lands when it comes out. So it basically costs nothing as long as you have the mana to cast it. You could potentially use the untap ability here to, I don't know, untap a specialty land a couple of times and get some neat effect. Sort of like a poor man's Candelabra of Tano. Okay, this is the Fusion Elemental, and he's a big fat 8/8 creature. He costs 1 mana of every color, which is a little tough to pull out. But again, if this thing comes on the table, first of all, he's incredibly tough looking. And second of all, he's an 8/8. So, for 5 mana, he's going to ruin your day. Next card, Brutalizer Exarch. I can't figure out why anyone would ever go to a church that had a cleric. They look like that. But then again, some people have different tastes in religion than I do. Brutalizer Exarch pulls stuff in and out of the graveyards and the libraries and etc. etc. You probably know it better than I do. Ethereum Horn Sorcerer is a good card. It blinks stuff. It blinks itself rather in and out, which is alone a pretty powerful ability. It gives it defense, so forth. But what's cool about him is he cascades, and cascading with blink allows him to just pop in and pop out and pop in and pop out and cascade, cascade, cascade until your deck is just generating incredible card advantage over your enemy. The 3/6 body is nothing to sneeze at. It's kind of fun. It reminds me a little bit of a card I used to play with called the Evil Eye of Worms by Gore. It's a legend. This card, you can do some damage with the 3/6 on its own, so don't be afraid to hit somebody with this. Enlisted Worm is a 5/5. He's got Cascade. He costs 6. Nothing wrong with this card. It is big enough to basically eat you alive if it comes down to that. The Enigma Sphinx, it's a bit of an enigma to me what is on his head here, but I assume that he is gorgeous underneath because he is, of course, a Holy Sphinx. He has a ability that makes him almost impossible to kill here. He just dies and then goes into your library close to the top, so you're going to keep getting him back and back and back. And he cascades, and he flies, and he's a little expensive, but so what. Maelstrom Wanderer, this card is going to really, I think, impact the game of Magic. It costs 8 mana, which is a lot, of course. It's a 7/5, which is really good. He has haste, which alone is going to hammer you for a lot of points. It is also a card that has double cascade, so he's basically pulling other cards out of the graveyard and giving them haste. Out of the library and giving them haste. And then he's going to do it again. So this guy's just going to generate massive card advantage. If you can at all bring him in and out of the game, you will get this effect multiple times. Maybe he'll pull another card out that has Cascade, I don't know. But he's a cool card. Do not underestimate this thing. It's going to be a really, really big card in this set, I guarantee it. And he's a legend, so you could make him a commander if you wanted to. Okay, See Beyond just gives you ability to look in your deck. Arc Trail deals damage to stuff. Erratic Explosion deals damage to stuff, creatures, people. Beast Within allows you to destroy planeswalkers and creatures. Cultivate is a mana fixer, gives you cards you need to get mana. Rivals Duel is fun. This card allows you to select creatures and make them fight each other, and I guess in a group game you could make your enemies' creatures fight each other, which is always a fun thing to do. Sunken Hope is very fun. This bounces a creature back up to your hand at the beginning of your turn, and with a deck like yours, you pair it up with your Maelstrom Wanderers, and he's coming in and coming out and coming in, coming out, and your deck is just going to be an unstoppable engine. Mass Mutiny, really fun too. You basically take one of everybody's creatures, hit them with it, and then hand it back to them at the end of the turn. It's just a fun way to mess with somebody using their own strengths against them. Deny Reality is a neat card. It returns a target permanent to its owner's hand. So, planeswalkers, you can return your own stuff to your own hand. You can, return enemy creatures and lands and whatever back. And it cascades. That's fun. Bituminous Blast just deals damage to target creature. And that's a good creature killer. Last Stand is a novel. I don't even know what it does. I've never actually read the card. I've never gotten to the bottom of it. But I know that when I play this card, I will read it, and I will tell you if it's a good card or not. Okay? Fiery Fall deals damage to target creature. Exotic Orchard is a neat land. It gives you a different, a whole bunch of mana types that somebody else's lands could produce, and it doesn't come into play tapped, so it's at least going to give you one colorless every turn. I guess unless it's the first land put down. These are mana fixing artifacts. Armillary Sphere. Fractured Power Stone gives you the ability to re-roll the Chaos die. That's going to be a lot of fun. And if you have more than one of these, you could pop them in a deck and just roll tons of Chaos magic. It might be a pretty powerful artifact. Good looking lands. I don't know what set these come from originally. I assume they didn't draw new lands for this one. And some of these lands are pretty fun. Shimmering Grottos are good. I like the Rupture Spire. It basically allows you to have mana of any color, and it just costs 1 to come into play. So, good card. Folks, I really have a lot of good things to say about this. I think you're going to have fun with the Chaos Reigns deck. Go and get it and play it, and enjoy yourself.